Okay. अब start सुरु गर है. So where is the so this is stop number this is stop number 2. Okay, this is stop number 2 and this place is Panchkhal Valley proper, almost proper, and here you can see dramatically the vegetation has changed. Right in front of me, I want you to take a whole picture and all the way to street below to show that this is mostly sal there. Okay, when we are on top, we saw ficus, benjamin, sami, and lot of pine trees, etc. As we described in mountains, a mountain is defined as a hill where there is at least 2 or more type of climatic zones. So this is a mountain. Okay, we saw a little bit of Pinus roxburghi and some mixed trees, and here we have sal. All we can sal. So from here we can see a sal going, and this is very typical of the type of vegetation we see in Tarai areas. Okay, and always sal has a very straight bowl, as you can see. Some of here a lot of straight bowl and small branching leaves there. Okay, we are going to go into the sal forest later, and before I do so, couple of things I want to say. Please find out the altitude of this this particular place. 930. That's approximately 1,000 feet. Okay, which is much lower than Kathmandu Valley. Okay, it is almost like Tarai height. So all the way, this is very hot. Okay, as you can see, if any of your mobile can find out the temperature of the area, find the temperature of the area now. So later on, when you go to Kathmandu, you can find Kathmandu temperature versus Panchkhal temperature. You see this hotter area. Okay, and because it is hotter, people didn't live here because they feared malaria. Now, another thing I want to show you here is that, as you can see here, soil under sal forest is red. 30 degree, yeah, so okay, right, means so the temperature is 30 degree right now, okay, at around 2:14 p.m. in Panchkhal. Now you see the soil here is on red, but if you look at the soil carefully, please look at the soil carefully. In some places you have very dark red, in some places you have a little whitish red, and it's a little white. Okay, and here if you look at the side, you even see whitish soil. Do you notice? Hello, notice? Do you notice? There's whitish soil or dark grey soil and top red. Now, as I said before, the redness of the soil, we know the redness is due to laterite soil, okay, and it's due to iron oxide. But redness is directly dependent on the amount and duration of leaching. So the more the trees are cut, and the more the rain falls, and it sort of dissolves the metal and takes down. Now, what can happen is that sometimes trees are come and they are coming back again. But you know, if they have been dissolved for like 200 years or 67 years, it will take some time before the red again turns to grey. Now here you can see different size trees. Now, some of the trees at the border are fairly large and fairly tall. From my silviculture background or silviculture knowledge, I can say that this tree is approximately 70 to 80 years old. How do I know is that thin trees, okay, if you look at here, there are some very thin trees which are maybe a little bit thicker than our arms here. Thin trees take up to 60 to 70 years to reach the top height, canopy height, and when it reaches there, it is called established, okay. Now, before it is established, it goes from small to big, and every year they are having dying backs, you know, so this happens here also. Another thing to notice is that although this is sal, this sal was suspected to be a different species. There was a lot of discussion within the plant botanists where to have, you know, a subspecies name like Storia robusta, you know, hill species, etc. But it has not been figured out. They still think that genetically it's the same, but height-wise and size-wise, it's quite different from the normal Tarai forest. Okay, in normal Tarai forest, it grows up to 150 feet tall, and it can be up to 25 feet in diameter. 25 feet in circumstance, which is 8.5 feet, right? Whereas here in hill forest, the maximum it will grow is up to 80 feet height, right? And most of the trees which you see around here, these areas have been disturbed to a little bit here and there. So 40 to 60 feet is normal height. Okay? So even though I don't have an altimeter or something, we know this is 46 feet. The mature ones maybe around 60 to 70 feet. Okay. Now the next step we are going to do is we are going to demonstrate Chipko Andolan or hogging the trees. The reason why we do so is that trees are important ecological source, economic source. We all know that. But they are also big spiritual sources, big love sources, holy sources, which we discussed in the morning class today. And loving trees is one of the main things. To love trees, you don't need to study forestry, okay? People depend on forests, etc. And Chipko, I don't know, was started in Garhwal, but anybody can hug trees, and by hugging trees, you can prevent other people from cutting down trees. So today, I'm going to hug a tree, and I have some student volunteers who are eager to hug the trees and be shown that they are lovers of trees, okay? So stop, and we'll go next.